Hey, what's up guys? Brody here, and in case you're new to the action, I'm just an ordinary guy who loves adventure. Bringing you a video about, well, adventure. Pretty simple. So, it's 2016. I filmed a few videos and we've gone on a few adventures involving animals. But there's so much more that I have not been able to film over the years. Adventures and occurrences that happened long before the existence of this channel. My 2016 best animal encounters so far. And we're gonna focus on stuff that has happened outside of filming, that has happened in now what is just my memory. So, let's get started with the show. Alright, so on to our first jaw-biting encounter. Let's set the stage in the tropics, the sun-bleached state, the sunny state, Florida. So we were stationed down in Florida for about a week, and about a mile downshore, you would encounter a coral reef. In fact, a few sets of them. These were huge rocks in 20-foot waters that were covered in all sorts of beautiful aquatic plants. Everything! Heck, they even said that there would be sharks there. And before you go, whoa! That was the target. I was going out there every day for an entire week searching for a shark. It was the main objective. You see, at the period that we were out there, the shark migration season was actually occurring, which means that seeing sharks is supposed to be more of a common sight. Now, for most people who are going to swimming in the ocean, they don't want to see sharks. But it was the main objective, as I previously said, and that's what we were really hoping for. We would go out there every day, early in the morning when the tide was low, and swim in that coral reef on the hunt for those sharks. But boy, they just never showed. But fortune did change. See, on the final day, we were out there swimming. I recall exactly seeing nothing, as I usually did, colorful fish, the usual show, and then making a decision to do something more risky and head out to a coral reef that was even further away from the people. A coral reef that was downshore at the same depth of water, but further away from all the people and filled with more what appeared to be wildlife. So, taking that risk, and I did with my little orange tugboat, I headed out to the water. Taking two other guys with me, a team of 3, we went on the hunt for sharks. And it appeared that there was nothing there. Just as the entire adventure has gone so far, the sharks were a no-show. However, there seemed to be nothing in the water. In fact, even the fish weren't there. It was just abandoned, an abandoned coral reef. And then it hit me. Well, and then it happened. The light green part of the water and the shore to this direction, and the dark blue part of the water and just the rest of the ocean in this direction. Image me standing about here. As I am turning around, 3 feet away from me, a small reef shark. Oh, yikes! Finally! I have located my target. Mission success! Sorta. After making eye contact with a shark for maybe 2 or 3 seconds, I freaked out and got the heck out of there. I mean, geez, it's a lot of talk about, hey, I'm gonna swim with sharks, everybody. When there's an actual shark, something happens. And I'll tell you what happens, fear. I got out of that water so fast that not even Aquaman could catch up with me. And once me and the guys I were with got to shore, I was just overflowed with adrenaline. I was laughing hysterically. I had done it. Mission success. That was the first encounter. On to the second. You like the view from up there? Alright, so on to our second weird and freaky encounter. We're back up here in good old snowy Michigan. In particular, a forest. One of the forests around here that surrounds a lake. You might recognize it. Kent Lake was in the bird videos. And there's a bike trail. Obviously, I am on a bike, dashing through this trail. Earlier in the season, autumn leaves are all over the place, but fortunately, not even up here. The snow hasn't kicked in yet. And off to the distance appears what looks like a goat. Now, a goat in the middle of the woods does stir a bit of suspicion. But if this was a goat, it was terrible at acting like one. I've never seen a goat act so strange. The way it pranced around, the way it ate, the way it moved. Something was un-goat-like. So with a closer look, I was right. Something was off. This was not in fact a goat. Although it was in the middle of the forest and completely covered in white fur, it was somehow a deer. And once about 50 feet from it, you notice those red eyes. It was an albino deer. Now that is strange. To have seen an albino deer, seen an albino animal in particular, is very strange. And it was definitely an encounter to remember. And a cool one at that. So, on to the next animal encounter. This one was filmed and almost became an episode. It became an, I guess, unfinished episode that just never aired because the hurricane kicked in and, well, kind of blew everything out of the way. Hurricane, blow, stay with me. Our next encounter is a buggy one. It's a terrible pun. So, we're back in Florida, but we're away from the shore. We're heading deep inland to the mangroves. Florida's got some thick mangrove trees, and boy, getting through them is a headache. But this adventure is about to turn weird with not just one encounter, but how about 10 or 20? So I'm heading through the mangroves, marching through, when suddenly something stands out, bright as day, straight in my face, a giant banana spider. There's another, and another, and there's one over there too. I am completely surrounded by massive spiders, the size of my hand. These spiders were huge. So suddenly, I want to film a video. I want to show you guys this. But at the same time, I kind of want to get out of there. I mean, that many huge spiders is cool, but at the same time, so marching through, I'm literally ducking under webs. I'm jumping over webs. It became like the Indiana Jones movies where I was just dodging booby traps left and right. And after seeing so many spiders, in particular, they are called the orb weaver spiders, I thought I would never make it out of that mangrove. And I wanted to come back with my GoPro to show you guys. But I made one little flaw and I let my guard down on this encounter because I ended up getting bitten by one of those little guys. One of those spiders found his way to my ankle and bit me. Fortunately, they're not as venomous as most banana spiders. They have the same type of venom as a black widow, but such a small dosage that it isn't fatal, not even to a human. So although I did suffer with a few arm spurs, I was okay. In fact, I should have a picture of the bite. It isn't even that bad. It's like tiny, but I do have a picture of the bite. You guys probably can't notice the swelling, but just how's that for a few encounters just to start off? A shark, an albino deer, and a spider? Heh, we're just getting started too, because there's plenty of more epic encounters on the way. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed making this video, and I really want to see and hear about your stories, your adventures, and your encounters. There's much more epic action coming your way. Action-packed adventure. Stay curious and don't forget to have some fun. I'll see you on the next one.